So, pirates, welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the Captain RG3, coming to you on a Friday night. Been streaming all week. Did some really cool stuff. Got to stream with CZ and her crazy ass crew over there. Thank you for inviting me. Not sure how well that's gonna go, but it was a lot of fun. That's for sure. Hanging out with the gals over there on CZ's show. But then after that, one of my all-time favorite bands, Korn. Reason for it is they were just local guys that were ripping it up back in the 90s. And they were in my town in Huntington Beach, just, getting onto the scene. And it was cool watching them just take off. So being able to have Head from Korn on was absolutely freaking phenomenal. Highlight of my short YouTube career, but that was a lot of fun, and made a new friend. Just freaking cool ass dude. And thanks to Trevor Sarver for bringing him on and making him part of the Hex community. Good Hexican right there. Head from Korn. If you guys don't know who he is, go listen to some of his music. He basically changed the 7-string or the guitar sound for rock with that like freaking low, what do they call it? They go down, they down chord it like crazy, and they went a step below everybody else and just kept dropping it until it sounded like it was just spaghetti strings. I mean, it was badass sound. So let's say hello to everybody. Melv Tony first in, and one of the original OGs. Melv Tony, welcome, buddy. Elliot, let's go. Crypto Journeyman. Side effects, I mean. What's up, dude? Journeyman. My online ghost. Hey, welcome. Handyman. Who else? Hex Down Under. Yo, what's up, pirate? JFK 666. One of my meme buddies, memes me all the time. He's the reason I am R3D2, RGD2. T-Bird, what's up, dude? Doorzy, hey, you gonna keep it cool today? Or you're gonna get yourself put in timeout. Hex Cowboy, what's up? Tripod. Wonder if RH stays around longer in the US and makes a surprise appearance at PulseCon. I doubt it. I got to talk to RH tonight, and he is not happy with this place. I'm telling you right now, he does not want to be here. I think if it wasn't for his mom, there's a dire situation for him to be here. He would not be here. He really is not happy. So anyway, who else is here? Tea Time. Hey, welcome. And Sandy B, the dude, Sandy B. What's up? Just as prominent as the other Sandy B, hanging out all the time with us. AJ Rip City Hex, what is up, my Hexican peeps? Saying hello to Kinetics and RG3. Kinetics is in the back room here, getting ready to jump on. Let's see. Tea Time. The music gets me pumped. Yep, and your wife hates it. My wife hates it too, man. She hates my crazy. She's like one of the pop kind of. She likes the pop music. She likes like old rock too. Like she'll like the 70s stuff and everything, but she really dislikes my affinity for rock, hard rock, punk, and all the stuff I like. 90s, man. 90s was like the music, man. The 90s rock was just awesome. Let's see who else is in here. Torin, I think I said hello to you. Completion fails. No, Sandy B, the gal is not in here. Falcon Crypto Heartbeat in the house. Wow, look at that. We're getting some clout in here tonight. Crypto Heartbeat, guys. You need to go over there and check out his channel, Crypto Heartbeat on YouTube. He is tearing it up and doing some really cool stuff in Tejas. That's a Caddo word for friend. Tejas. That's where the word Texas comes from. It is Caddoan, and yes, it is my tribe. Smash the fucking like button, pirates. Yes. All right, everybody. Welcome to another Friday night. Had a great week. We got cool stuff happening this weekend. There's the stream link for you if you want to come join us. If not, it's on the Twitters. It's all over in Telegram. I drop it in there, and get shade for it all the time. But all you guys in Telegram, fuck off. I don't give a shit what you guys think. I've been around long enough. I can post wherever I want. So you don't like it, go complain to one of the damn admins or Richard. They'll tell you to go get fucked too, because that's what I do. I post in there. So anyway, without any further ado, we got the cool one last thing. There is the launch of Alex's project. Icosa is coming on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. I'm sure we'll be talking about that anyway. So everybody, my buddy, my pal, Kinetics. What's up, dude?
Unmute this here, and forgot it was muted. So hey guys, how's everybody doing, fam?
Looking awful short today, bro.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen the thumbnail that Hexo put up of you that apparently.
Oh, lately. I saw it. That doesn't bother me anymore. It's turned into a memes meme.
I love it. That's awesome.
And awesome. I'm telling you, guys are going to hell for that one. You're going to hell for that one. You cannot mess with the little people. It is not cool. It's racist, is what it is. It's racist.
It's sizist or something.
I don't know what it is, but it's not right. You're going to hell right along with me in this wicker basket with a can of kerosene. So just come on in. Just jump in.
I see all you guys in the chat. It's good to see you guys. Love you, fam. So I'd like to talk about this whole Barnsley football team wanting to reverse the Hex sponsorship, because I think here's my thing. The people that they went back and tried to find the worst of the worst tweets. I'm not sure what they have against Hex and Hexicans, but they spent a lot of time going back through some old tweets to try to hold it up against the Hex.com name. And
I saw what happened. And what happened was Richard's comment was very harsh, but it wasn't aimed at the place that they thought it was aimed.
No,
Richard
it wasn't.
Came off like, hey man, how's it working out in these other countries where they're killing people?
In other words, it's not right that Saudi Arabia is throwing gay guys off the top of a building. Absolutely.
But what it did was it made one of our crazy Hexicans or two come out of the woodwork and start making ridiculous, stupid ass comments. And that's the problem, is that we gaslight enough of these fools in our community and they say stupid shit, and then shit gets escalated and it turns into the shit show that we saw on Twitter with that crap. So
here's what I'm going to say. There is a silver lining to everything. We have discussed this. There is a silver lining. We're getting a lot of press right now, especially in the Daily Mail, in the UK Daily Mail. And here's the only thing that I ask of you guys, regardless, you guys, I'm not one to delete my tweets once I put them out there. I've said it. I'll stand up to that. I've said it. And if I have to defend it in the future, then I'll do so. Guys, don't apologize out there. If you wrote something and they're trying to use it against you,
stand by it.
Just own it. Own it. Do not apologize. Do not succumb to the woke political correctness. And trust me, it'll go a lot farther than if you come out and give some limp dick apology like the Will Smith apology tour. Weak. So don't apologize for you guys who have said what you've said. It's been said. It's already out there. There's screenshots already being done.
You are. Yep. Stand behind your shit.
Yep.
Stand behind your shit.
Now, on the other side, well, I wouldn't even call it the other side, but Brent was very, very clever.
There is no other side.
There is no other side, 100%. Yeah, exactly. So Brent was very clever, and because it's true, and I think he really genuinely believes it. But he said, hey, the people that you guys keep trying to pull up in this have nothing to do with Hex.com or Hex the product. We're looking forward to a long-term relationship with you guys. The fact that we have already paid in full, and that our communities are actually diehard communities, and that you're going to see a lot of commonalities between us is really what's important. So I think it was very nice what Brent put out there. I think it was great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got some good news for you. The show just took a turn for the better, and we have a guest that jumped in with us. The man, the legend, Crypto Heartbeat. What's happening, my brother?
What's up, man? Live from the porch tonight.
I see that. I like it.
Yeah, we had our air conditioning went out, and so I figured I might as well go outside.
Nice. I can't go outside. I'll freaking melt.
Oh man, it's crazy out here. It's been it's always over 100 here, so.
Whew. Yeah, I live in the desert myself, but
you know what that's like. Well, good to see you guys, man.
Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you. It's been a minute.
I know we've had a lot of drama go on in the community.
Yeah, it just hasn't stopped, man.
Yeah, it just has. It's a bear market for sure.
Yeah,
it's an extended bear market, extended freaking drama. That's for sure.
You can tell how bored some of these retired Hexicans are in the bear market because they haven't relented for months. So
there's no such thing as bad press. So that's how I see it. I mean,
that's how I look at it.
I mean, somebody puts their logo on the front of a jersey. No one ever talks about it. You got all this controversy. It's good. In my opinion, I mean, it's rattling people. And the Belfort thing was great today too. I think if they can connect Richard with some other podcasts, that'd be incredible.
Yes, yeah, with some of the other big names that Jordan's been on.
Yeah, and he was out there with Ben Bitboy over the week too.
Man, hanging out. Such a man crush. Such a man crush.
Yeah, you could tell Ben was smitten.
He was so. It was actually kind of embarrassing for him, but it's so good to see, people that are, the long haters. But he's been pretty consistent about his but with everything that's been failing around us, Richard's, it's redeeming everything he's ever told us. That's the thing I'm so happy about is, regardless of what other people say, he has protected so many people from getting wrecked, and I'm glad to see him getting some wins.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. This is the time, man. While everything else is collapsing, and he keeps speaking the truth to power. Yep. It's cool what kind of traction he's gotten in this bear market already, and it's like a snowball just gaining mass as it rolls down there. Actually, I think I got that from you, Heartbeat. So
I don't know about that. Nothing new under the sun, right?
Nothing new under the sun.
Not a thing. No, well, hey, the price is looking good. I mean, things are
pumping.
Yeah. The question is, will we have that Black Swan event? That's my only concern here coming up in October. So hopefully not, but things look like they're leading in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you see as being the major cause of a Black Swan event at this point? I watched your Black Swan stream and I loved it. I thought it was great, but I'd like to hear because I haven't personally got to talk to you about this yet.
Yeah, I think there's two things that I see. There's like two ends of the spectrum. On one hand, it's probably driven by China's housing market collapsing. They say it could be 100 times worse than 2008. 100 times. I mean, everyone was in real estate, and they've tried to prop it up. So the question is this: when you're the Communist Party and ruling, and the people, do not, they're out in the streets. I mean, it's one thing for people in the U.S. to protest. It's another thing if you're in China protesting, right? Better.
Yeah, you got some. You got some cojones. You're out there in China.
If you're out there,
really wrong. Like, you're not making it. Day-to-day.
And they're concerned. I think the Communist Party is concerned, at least the leadership, not just communism in general, but I think the leadership is really challenged with, do we stay in power if this goes that far? So, what happens when people get painted into a corner? And that's not considering, Russia, but, Taiwan and all the stuff that's happening there. I think it's a geopolitical issue I think what is the Black Swan event. So that's kind of the practical side. I think the other side is, somebody sets off a nuke. I mean, that's the thing I didn't even want to think about, but that would be another Black Swan event. But I think a combination, between those two goalposts is kind of where I see things potentially happening. But, we just don't have the right leadership. And, I think China could waltz right into Taiwan, and it's unfortunate. But I don't see leadership being very strong. That's an understatement.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's funny how, when you've got the guy that's not afraid to tout when he is the president, not afraid to tout, he's got the big stick and he's not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
How silent China and Russia are. And then as soon as we get the weak guy that can't do anything but read a teleprompter, and even reads the end sentence, repeat sentence, and like literally reads everything on the teleprompter. All of a sudden, Ukraine gets invaded. Oh, which just happens to be the same place that his son happened to be doing illegal business, and now we're sending billions of dollars to. Nothing to see over here, folks.
Yeah.
And then the fact that China's made.
Oh, look at your little political things coming out.
China hasn't tried to hide the fact at all. They want Taiwan. And so the unfortunate thing is that we just have weak, ineffective leadership right now. And I really do believe it could lead to bigger problems on the world stage, because they don't fear retaliation like they would have with previous political leaders in our country.
Yeah, they lost control. And with this whole seizing of the documents at Trump, I've never been a big Trump fan. Policy wise, I'm pretty happy with policy, but they didn't let the attorney for Trump view what the FBI pulled out of his Mar-a-Lago home. Yep. And when you have no documentation from your side of what was there, I mean, anything could be in those boxes. And so, I think that we're seeing that it's likely some sort of top secret nuclear stuff, which it's almost like a Bond story already. But I think that they'll go to any length. And that to me is the most worrisome thing, is that when people lose faith in the law, right? Justice Department, FBI, when you lose faith in the law, it's all gone. I mean, that's the last firewall.
You guys are getting way too apolitical for me. I'm sorry. I can't.
I can drop some F-bombs if you want.
Yeah. No, I can care less about the F-bombs.
Yeah, it's just it's concerning. Like, I'm glad we're in an asset that could potentially be decorrelated, that we could still continue to transact and gain yield without having to rely on any infrastructure that's in place by the government as it results right now. So I do like that we are in an asset class that may be, and if not a solution, a part of the solution going forward. So yeah.
Well, I hope.
I like assets that produce yield.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope it does get to stick around. That's the look. Government's not going away. You can sit here and talk about zombie apocalypse is all you want. It's not going to happen, guys. So what does this government structure do to us? Whether it's this side or that side, what are they going to do to crypto? What are they going to do to our asset class that we want to take us out of this mess that we're in? Because when it comes down to it, the people that are hurting are the working class people. Guys like me, they work their whole lives away and we ain't got shit to show for it. Yeah. I do, because I got into crypto, because I saw what was coming. But not everybody did. So we need this to survive for all of those people out there, because bottom line is this country is hurting, and it's the people that are hurting. Forget the freaking leadership. It's the people that are hurting. And why? Because the power has been taken out of our hands. And how do we get it back? That's the question. How do we get it back? We ain't fighting them. I'm sorry. A squad of Marines comes down your street. I don't care how many weapons you got in your house. You guys are done. You ever seen what a tank does to an AR-15?
87,000 well-armed IRS agents.
Shoot to kill.
Same thing.
I mean, think about it.
I have that pulled up right now, because I have a segment I'd like to go into later here. 87,000 new agents. Did you know in the original posting of jobs, they wanted adhere to the highest standards of conduct, especially in maintaining honesty and integrity, work a minimum of 50 hours per week, which may include irregular hours, and be on call 24/7, including holidays and weekdays, maintain a level of fitness necessary to effectively respond to life-threatening situations on the job, carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force if necessary, and be willing and able to participate in arrest, execution of search warrants, and other dangerous assignments. No kidding. That was the actual original job posting before they pulled it down.
My understanding is they changed it too. I mean, they recently changed it because it was, use deadly force was taken out like yesterday.
Yep.
They had to take the wording out of it.
That's just what we need. 87,000 more people. Yeah. And it's coming after, I mean, that's the challenge here is, you talk about Hex.
It's coming after us is what that's for.
Well, here's the other thing. I've got the numbers here right here too. And you're right. It hurts the working class RG3, because if you look at, I've got the numbers right here. You're 4 times more likely. No, I'm sorry. Even more so than that. You are 5 times more likely, 6 times more likely, almost 6 times more likely, if you're under $50,000 a year, to be visited by an IRS agent for the audit. They specifically go for, and I can get into all the numbers here, but it's the difference between revenue agents and tax examiners. Tax examiners are necessary for high net worth individuals that have trusts and financial products set up to protect themselves. They don't have enough revenue agents to take care of that. Tax examiners are the ones that go after the low income, easy to file W-2s. And those are the numbers that are increasing. I've got all the statistics right here. I've been digging into this. Me and Jay, one of the guys that works on the back end of our channel here, does all this research. And I can give you guys links to this bull run forever. He does an amazing macroeconomics newsletter. But that's why things like Mountain Crypto Advisors are so important. We have an announcement later too. We've actually revamped the fee schedule. We've got way more interest than we can actually field. So we had to change some pricing, but we're going to give the Hexicans one last chance to get in. And we have set the service fee. It used to be the highest fee was 8%, which was like almost nobody that actually signed up. I think our average was about 3.5%, 4% fell under the service fee. We've taken it down to the lowest tier at 1.5%. And it will pay all of your trustee fees and your tax preparation fees as long as you've cashed out enough and the service fee covers your expenses for that year. So we'll go over all of that here later. But you guys, that's why we built Mountain Crypto Advisors, is to build this phalanx shield wall so that when people like this, these 4-letter, 3-letter government agencies come for you, we set a precedent of a very hard to break defense, the way that we were protected with our financial goods, our essentially just our wealth and our generational wealth
within the laws of the system.
Yeah, absolutely. Within the laws of the system, what wealthy people have done forever. We've got 550 combined years on our team of people that have been doing this. So 550 years of experience serving the Hexicans. I mean, we're going to keep this price out there for you guys for a little bit longer, but literally our demand is too great and we're going to have to change the pricing because we've got people outside of our community now that are starting to reach out to us to take care of their family offices as well. So
yeah. Thanks, Tea Time, for the $9.99. Stand up for your rights.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank God Hexico has a good sheriff. I love it. I love it. And so I'd like to hear how things are going with the TNM right now.
Yeah, so we're in the midst of the donation phase for them. We don't disclose the cash donations, and that's for political reasons. We will disclose that at the end. Crypto, we're probably 615,000, I think, so far. Maybe a bit over that, but yeah, it's been nice. I think the largest donation was 200,000, wow. And of course, it's just USDC from Ethereum, so it's obviously limited from that perspective. But we feel very good about it, especially in a bear market. But at the end of the day, it's 100% to the TNM, and so not a sacrifice, but a donation. And I think they're very encouraged because this is the largest. I mean, they're pretty shocked to raise this kind of money in 15 days is a pretty big deal for them. And I think.
For anybody,
the thing I think is a challenge is, and you guys see this with onboarding, is they've got 500,000 people, or 435,000 members, and the education that's requested is, very basic thing. What is a blockchain, right? I mean, they're at that point. What is a wallet? Understanding those basic things, and I think that that's the challenge that we've got. Is I'm doing crypto 101 conversations for people from the TNM. But that's what you have to do, and that's the business we're in. And but every single day it seems like there's something that directs directly makes Texas more attractive to people. When I started this, everything was up and to the right. There was no people would be like, "There's no way that's going to happen." And of course, I think it started in Canada. When the truckers and they froze assets. And now we've got unrest across the world, and we could make a laundry list of all of the things they're doing, but they're very pleased. They're very appreciative of the Hexican PulseChain community. I think they're surprised, kind of like Barnsley in a way. Barnsley has 20 likes on their Twitter, and next thing you know, the Hexicans come in and just blow them up, and it's a bit of a shock. So they're still digging out of that stuff, but this is the way you do it. I mean, this is a big watershed moment for them.
Yeah, heck yeah, I think that's really cool. I just some people were asking what the donation link is. Tea time. I just put our link in there.
Yeah.
So we've got the Texan.cc donate link in there. I just put it in there. I'll actually add it to the description in the video. Also, the new lander page, just specifically only for Hexicans. It's hidden from the rest of our new clients that are joining us from outside the Hexican community. But for those of you guys who want to join Mountain Crypto Advisors, it's mountaincryptoadvisors.com/Hexican. That's in the description below. And now I'm adding the Texan Texan token donation. So you guys can have that.
You know, it's funny. There's a
Hex
Down Under says, if I donate to Texan token, do I get a free gun and hat? Strangely enough, you actually can get a saber.
Both, right?
They're giving away custom sabers. So yes, there's definitely weapons included in the premium.
I love it. That is awesome. That is super awesome. Well, so I didn't invest in the Texan token personally. I donated to a cause I believed in. The token was just a bonus. That was cool. That's icing on the cake that you guys were willing to do that. And I think through other charitable means and other communities out there, you guys, your team, what you guys have built is going to bring hundreds of thousands, if not millions of new people into the PulseChain ecosystem. Just with the fact that, hey, you can do good and get rewarded for doing good. And obviously it's modeled after what Richard came up with. The model is beautiful. But an endowment on the PulseChain is just absolutely amazing. The first endowment on the blockchain. And you guys moving forward with additional, not just organizations, but things that are worth funding, I think is going to bring other people in. And I think that's really cool.
Well, you guys it's going to be exciting when you see, so we've got a group in the Philippines that is enormous. And the challenges in the Philippines are, they're unbelievable. I mean, the issues that they're dealing with, not only poverty, I mean, basic need type of things, but there are a lot of people, young people dying in the Philippines. And, you know, they believe that it's related to the vaccine and young people. And it's amazing hearing this group of people talk about how many young people's funerals they're going to. And so in October, we're going to start talking about that group out of the Philippines. It's an amazing story. And I'm excited about that because that is, you know, tokenizing another community that's much larger than the Texas Nationalist Movement. It's actually tied to 1,000 churches in the Philippines, which is so cool because that's about the most decentralized group that you can have, because, you know, you may not have a post office, but you got a local church. And so it's really cool to see that. You'll be hearing more about that, but that's the next project that we're going to be working on. And, you know, I'd love to see millions of people, but most people don't know the Philippines is number 2 in the world for MetaMask adoption because of Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity started in the Philippines, and
they started creating the guilds or whatever they were, the farms. They were literally farming the NFT potions all day long because they could make more than they could in an actual day job, and then they were splitting it with the guys in America that were putting these teams together.
Yeah, it's so there's actually a lot of education that's already happened over there, which, you know, you wouldn't expect, but there are rural people who are making like $200 a month, and that was like twice as much as they could make anywhere else.
Yeah. That is super cool. And if you guys ever want to hire for your businesses, if you guys want to ramp and scale, the Philippines are a great place to hire people. What is it? $4 an hour is equivalent to like $75,000 a year. And they speak great English, and that is like taking people out of poverty. So you can hire people, get them out of poverty, increase your profit margins, and get very, very hardworking people that speak very, very good English. So I know a lot of YouTubers out there use them for editing and call centers and different things of that nature. Yep, I agree, Child. What did I say? What did I say to you about Texan? Like a ton of bricks. It's a landmark product on the blockchain, irregardless of outcome, not just affiliation with endowment, but the actual demonstration of how a democracy without politicians could work. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yep. Hex Down Under, I'll take the hat off for you. You don't even need to feel necessary to send a super chat. Do it just for you.
Yeah, keep us on the air.
Yeah. I love this. Same old BS network. He's been trolling us for forever. Doing things that help make the world a better place. Well, we're trying, guys. We're trying. There's a lot that we want to do. It's, I'm impatient with some of this stuff. I just want to move to the next step, and it's like, no, all will be revealed in time, but ready to take things to the next step. But I don't think the timing's there yet, from, as I think, is from God. So hey, thanks, Blackwing. MCA is boss. Appreciate that. Kinetics has 4 sweatshops, and I pay better than all the rest of the sweatshops. How about that? I'll just put this down at the bottom for you guys if you guys are interested in looking at that. It's pretty cool that we're able to do this. We are going to be, after October 1st, because we've been so inundated with new clients. After October 1st, it'll still be a discount for the Hexicans. Our pricing fee has gone up to $50,000 to get set up. And that's for people outside of our community. We're going to keep it at least through the rest of the year at $30,000 for Hexicans. So guys, if you guys are interested, you've been on the fence, do it now, because you have until October 1st to still get in at the 11K price. So, but we don't talk about those
because it's too much work.
Well, we literally we can't process. I mean, and we've revamped the process in which it goes through. We've streamlined a lot of it, and so we're able to take on more clients than we could initially. But we literally just have too many people coming to us. Like, we've got a sales team that's just sitting there all day long answering phone calls, and we're at the point where it's almost too much to keep up with. So yes, Nordic Marius, I love this guy. Yes, I do believe the Hex Investment Trust can go public. I don't know about pubic, but I do believe it can go public. We didn't get funded as quickly as I thought we would, but we're on a good ramp up stage at this point. We really need to hit about 10 million. Yeah, we need to hit about 10 million before we put in the paperwork with the SEC to go public. So thanks for the 20 knock. Appreciate that. I think when we get another pump, we'll have more people interested in it again. It's just it's really hard when we really go live is right when everything tanks and not as many people want to cash out or give up control of their Hex at those prices. And the thing is that we've been trying to tell people is, you guys, this is really not necessarily for the Hexicans. It's for the people who have IRAs and 401ks outside of crypto, who are afraid to handle their own keys. Your mother, your grandparents, your friend that has the W-2 job that you work side by side every day that won't get into Hex with you guys. That's really for those guys. Let those guys know about it so they can get the upside gains of Hex, and they can utilize the existing retirement plans that they already have, guys. We're really not trying to target Hexicans, but we do appreciate those of you Hexicans who are just throwing a little at it just to support us. So thank you so much. There's a lot of you guys that have done that. We appreciate you guys. We really do. Oh, T-Bird, we are live on the international arm. We are live on the ETA on MCA International. We can do Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Mexico, and UK at this point in time. We have a solution for you guys. Absolutely have a solution for you guys. Now, some of those international trusts can cost a little bit more, so there may be an additional fee. That is not for me. I am not the expert on international trusts. So, like I said, we've got a team of 550 aggregate years of experience. So I'll rely on them to give you guys those answers. So that is cool. Yeah, I know, T-Bird, you've been waiting a while. You've been waiting a minute, buddy. Appreciate you. No, I'd like, what are your guys' opinions on this? I've got two really smart guys here that have been here for a long time into this community. The Falcon Crypto, does PulseChain have to launch before the ETH merge? I don't believe so, but I'd like to see everybody else's opinion on this.
They're two different products. They're not really going to be competing against one another. You know what I mean? It's Richard's doing something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's just ETH doing something. They're not doing the thing that's going to fix them. They're just doing something. You know, it's so just because he does something doesn't mean that it's going to, you know, take away from the fire of what PulseChain is going to do.
I agree.
The DEX alone, if you haven't been in on the testnet playing with that DEX, you've got to get in there and play with that thing.
Yes.
And figure out what you're doing, because it's coming, guys. And that thing is amazing. I can't believe how it's working. Now I know the numbers are probably skewed right now because this is testnet.
I hope not.
My God, the numbers of what you can do in that DEX are just insane. The yield farming, the staking, it's just, and the speed at which it works and the price of the transactions. I mean, it's what DeFi is supposed to be. It is what DeFi is supposed to be. And as soon as we get it launched, and then we get some onboarding platforms that are going to, you know, work well, then it's, you know, it's off to the races at that point. And then we start bringing in mass adoption. We do things like make movies to get the word out about DeFi and crypto. We work on legislation. By the way, I'm in with a new group of political crypto activists that are putting together some amazing stuff. They're working on a current bill that's going to be coming up before coming up for legislation here within the next 8 months, 6 to 8 months. And they're looking at doing some really good stuff for the DeFi space. I'm under NDA not to speak about some of these things, but I can say that they're going in the right direction, and it's people from the crypto community that are not maxis, that are not against Hex, that are looking at DeFi completely and trying to change the government's stance on how it's looking at crypto. Right now, it's looking at CeFi as being the legitimate source of crypto. They're trying to say, okay, well, let's just give ETH and Bitcoin the designation of being a commodity and regulate them by the CFTC and have everybody else under the SEC. Well, that's not what's happening right now. Right now, it's literally, as these last few days, this week has been a flippening of the political sentiment out there and where these new bills are going and the direction that they're taking and the groups of people that are involved. My gosh, I just got some information today about the people, the politicians that are actually involved in this. And it's from all sides of the aisles, and they're on the side of DeFi. And that was like, wow, really? These people? So it's looking good. The political landscape is looking good for crypto. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be a black swan event, and I'm surprised, and I think we dodged a bullet here with all of this crap that went on with Celsius and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we dodged a bullet, but I think the reason we dodged the bullet is because nobody wanted to touch this hot potato during an election midterm, and they steered clear of it because they all had bigger, better things that they had to contend with. But it's going to be on the table. But thankfully, the crypto community, people that are involved in it, saw what was going on with the CeFi space, saw who was being influenced, saw where the money was coming from, and they've put groups together and they're working feverishly to get favorable legislation in. And I mean, we've got to get that. We've got to get that, because they will try and legislate us out of existence. And you know, and I know how you guys feel about the government and how it operates. I feel a little different. I'm very optimistic about this country and this government. I mean, I put my life up on the line, and I know a bunch of boys that did too, and they didn't come back from that stuff. And they fought for something good here. And there was something good here. There is something still good here, and it's in all of us. And it's up to all of us to go and stand up to this stuff and do the right thing and fix this. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be hard. They've done some serious damage to our system. The good old US of A is not the good old US of A anymore. They've taken our system and they've wrecked it. and it's the way we vote, it's the way we legislate, and they fix the system for themselves. And we've got to change that. And somehow, some way, we've got to take that power back. And the only way that I see it being done is through masses of people not picking up arms and going and trying to fight the government, but picking up their voices and picking up their heads and dusting themselves off and quitting with this nihilistic attitude about what we've got here, and go and fix it and go and do the right things and speak the right things. And one of the things that we've got to get rid of is Citizens United. Citizens United has destroyed our country. And now the people don't have the choice. It's the money that has the choice. And so until we fix that, until we get enough chinks in the armor to break away at that thing, man, we're in for a world of hurt. And it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time. There isn't going to be an end to it. It's going to be a slow, painful death if we don't do something about it. If we all sit back and just think that it's going to be destroyed or it needs to be destroyed in order to fix it. That's not my view on it. I think we've got to work hard, and nobody seems to want to do that. Nobody seems to, everybody's crying about it. Everybody so lazy, don't want to work. Well, how about the people that don't want to go out and legislate anymore and go out and get things done? Go out and run for a local office, and start changing the system from within. I hear so many, when I sit down with people, no matter what their political background is, we sit down and 90% of the shit that they agree on, me and that person agree on, because we all want the same stuff. We want freedom. We want liberty. We want justice. We want healthy families. We want safe families. We want a safe country. We want a healthy country. We all want these things. So why can't we seem to get it done? Well, because our system's broke. So we've got to fix the system so that we can all go out and get what we want. And those little 10% of differences that we all have, some of us like guns, some of us don't. Some of us like abortion, some of us don't. Some of us like gay sex, some of us don't. But that's just 10% of the bullshit that we're just going to have to all not agree upon. That shouldn't be the stuff that divides us between the meat and potatoes of going out and fixing this country and making it ours again. I'm really disheartened about people not wanting to go do that. I haven't seen a lot of action, and crypto can do that. We can take the power back if we can get the money back into our hands. If we can shift the balance of power to the people, and the people having money to go out and go up against the system, then we might be able to get it back. And I think crypto is that thing that can do it for us.
I agree with you.
I do too.
Yeah, I do. I totally agree with you. And what's interesting is you make a really good point. One of the things that I look at this, from a unique perspective is it's very difficult to have someone listen to you if you're not strong. And, these ideas that have been promoted over the last 40 years are really Marxist ideas, right? They wanting you to hate your neighbor, right? And it's really a divide and conquer approach. And, I think there's a lot that's because of crony capitalism and because people have essentially used American greed against, leaders in the states that we've got, a dual justice system, right? If you got money, you get fair trial, let's say, or you've got favoritism, and we're in this, we're at this pivotal crisis moment. And the question I've got for folks is, how do you show people you're strong? Right? You think about people being subordinate to we the people, right? Well, one of the things that's going on right now is the Convention of States. And Article 5 of the Constitution allows you to amend the Constitution. We're going to have to really wholesale change things. One of the biggest issues is because we made politics a profession, we've created, this scenario in which people don't serve anymore. Right. This is just their lifelong. This is a job. Right. And because it's driven by a lot of narcissism, we have to. It's be
Hollywood for ugly people, by the way.
It's
I just gotta throw it out there.
Totally. It totally is. And, I think that barring a convention of states, which I think takes 34 states, and they've got quite a few on board. But when you open up a constitutional convention, you deal with all of it. Right. And the problem is every empire has fallen because they haven't been able to pay back their sovereign debt. And there hasn't been a scenario, you can't point to one where somebody's paid back their sovereign debt. So empires do fall. Question is, how do they fall? And so, the reason that I support the Texan movement isn't because I don't like the United States. I support the Texan movement because I believe we can preserve the things that we value about America in Texas and actually lead the union, if you will. Because one of the things is, if you don't step up and say, hey, you need Texas more than Texas needs you. And it doesn't mean that, this conversation needs to happen. But right now, they can walk right over us, right? No one is stepping up. And so I'm putting myself on the line to say, hold on a second. Well, people make fun of, Texan movement. They're like, yeah, go, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And it's like, hold on a second. When you realize that $380 billion of surplus goes to the government, right? We're the 9th largest economy in the world. When you realize that we're serious, right? That adults are in the room and we're serious about this, the conversation changes. But we haven't been able to get people's attention. And so, I'm fundamentally think that Texas would be better off. But the question is, how do we preserve the union? Because what people don't realize is they think that we're one thing. We're not one thing. I mean, the original colony saw themselves as separate states. That's why it's called the United States of America. And the European Union was a union of, it's not like you'd say, well, you're Germany and France. You're not culturally different and you're not unique in any way. And it is different, but I think, RG, what you're really talking about is really not to say we need to tear apart America. What we need to say is that there are fundamental things that when it's unrecognizable, you have to preserve. We don't need to rewrite it. We need to preserve the things that made it right. And the War Department made a video. It was actually a film at the time. It's amazingly well done in 1947. And it was to remind the American people how Nazi Germany came to power. And you can get on YouTube. It's 17 minutes. It's called Don't Be a Sucker. And it's the most important thing anyone could watch because it describes exactly what's happening right now. And it's what happened back in Germany. And basically pitting people against each other is a way in which you tear them apart. And so we do have to find common ground. And I think that you can only do that from a place of strength. And you have to let people know that you're serious and that they do work for us. And so, there are different approaches. This is the approach I've decided to take.
Well, no, and my hat's off to you for actually getting up off your ass and doing something. That's what I'm talking about is now whether, there's a lot of different ways that the Texan movement can help, like you said, with this constitutional convention, if it provides that or whatever. There's a lot of different ways. I think that preservation is important, and we've lost that a long time ago. That's our American way of life has been, rug pulled from us. We've been rugged on this.
Oh yeah.
And how are we going to get it back?
It was a slow grind. So Robert Kiyosaki wrote this as a way to battle against the Communist Manifesto that's been taught in our education system for the last 100 years. Literally, it has been taught. And so all of the young kids, I made him sign my copy, by the way, but all the young kids out there are being indoctrinated every day as to how we move closer and closer to a communist regime. And that was never what was intended for this country. It's so funny that the country, do you guys not see the irony right now that the country that was created from being taxed without representation, that revolted over taxes, is hiring 87,000 new IRS agents this year? Yeah. Is there not some irony there?
Yeah, it's not leading in the right direction, that's for sure. But Hex is pumping. That's a good thing. It's amazing.
Hex is pumping, and Hexicans are going to be able to afford to politically get involved.
Yeah,
especially. Yes. Here's the thing that is really, I think that the biggest silver lining, I think, of all of this is the system is designed so that working class guys like ourselves prior to crypto were working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. We were doing everything in our possible when we got home at night to spend some time with the kids, maybe help them with their homework, put them down to bed, let them know that their parents love them. When you're done with those kind of hours in a week, what time do you have to devote towards making this world a better place, to fighting for the things that are worth fighting for? Crypto has the opportunity now that many of us are retired, thanks to Hex and soon to be Pulse, that we're going to be able to be more politically active in these regards. We're going to be able to fight and be able to fund the things that actually matter in this world. So that's one thing that I really love about what this Richard Heart ecosystem has opened up for in the way of possibilities for us.
Oh yeah, it's decentralizing, I mean, the resources. And you think about this abundance, you know, I know your specific situation, but I've met a number of hex whales who, I mean, it is, yeah, I remember when it was what, 52 cents? I mean, you couldn't get the smile off faces. And, you know, when you think about what's coming, you mentioned the ETH2 merge. Just as a comment on that, bringing it back to crypto is, I think it's actually a really good thing. I had been listening to a lot of crypto conversations outside of the Hex community, and people so excited about the merge. You know, there are a lot of people in this whole ESG movement and wanting to have investments that, you know, fit a certain category, and they've stayed out of crypto a lot of cases because of the proof of work. And so I think there's a lot of people that, you know, because we've got a bonded pair, right, Hart's Law with Hex on Ethereum, that actually I think this merge is going to bring a lot of attention and potentially new money in. And I think that this will be actually very good for Hex. And I don't think it's required that we go out ahead of time, but I think a lot more money that has been sitting on the sidelines and not wanting to be in Ethereum because of, you know, their ratings related to environmental stuff, potentially are going to come back in. Of course, you know, once we get into, we actually feel like we actually hit the bottom, but this could be a big event. It's going to bring a lot of attention to crypto. And I think it's you know, because it's driven by community, sentiment is everything, right? Everyone being, you know, optimistic is helpful for the market. So I don't think it has to, you know, we don't have to come out before them because obviously the gas fees are not going to be affected.
Yeah.
And it's what I'm seeing in all the periodicals and all the articles that are out there, is that this is going to be the flippening. This is where ETH gets to take over from Bitcoin. Yeah. And like you said,
I think it's going to
bring more eyes. It's, you know, Richard's talked about it too. Richard talked about it from day one. You know, ETH has already eaten Bitcoin's lunch when it comes to moves and gains. And, you know, it's only a matter of time before the adoption takes over too. And then it's just going to bring all eyes to DeFi and to what's better out there, what works more efficiently, you know, what is making more yield. When people see PulseX's yield tools, I mean, it is going to freaking cause a monster stir in this crypto space alone. Yeah. Is going to clamor for it because Hex is going to be like 3.5, 4 years old. Pulse is going to be moving into its first year. It's going to be no rug pull. It's going to be doing fine. We're all going to be sitting on stream. Well, half of us will probably won't be here anymore because the smiles will be so, you know, huge that we're not going to be able to be on stream anymore. But I mean, this is what's going to happen. And we said this before. We said we're still going to be here. They're not going to get rid of us. And Hex is not going to scam out. Richard's not going to scam out. And here we are, you know, almost 3 years later. And now they're having to answer to us. They're all running around with their tails tucked between their legs right now. The whole crypto space doesn't even know how to handle this. They don't know what to do.
You make a really good point on yield. I mean, yield is everything, right? Everybody has to. I mean, there's so many requirements on people to get yield. And when things fail from a security standpoint, you know, they're propping things up, but there's a point in which this is over. I mean, it's the only place yield's going to come from. And if we do see that flippening with Ethereum, Hex is going to benefit. How many things have trustless yield on Ethereum that have any momentum?
It's not very few.
Very few. Well, and
there are some, but they're super complicated to use, and you have to be a mathematician to make sure you're in the right pools and you're pulling out at the right time and you're reallocating assets from one pool to the next. Like it's a full-time job. Yeah.
PulseX is so easy. Even I can do it. I mean, it's that easy. I've been in there working this bitch and I'm making lots of money. Hey, real quick, Brian, I see you in the green room there. Bro, I don't know you and you don't have an avatar, so I'm a little leery of throwing you up. If you want to show your face to us, let's see who you are. Last time we did something like this, we had a naked guy on the show. So it was, you know,
Sammy was very excited about that, but
Sammy was happy, but we had to
pulled
actually
that stream down within seconds, literally. So.
And we don't like pulling streams down, so give us a little camera or something there, Brian. And we'll bring you on.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think so. I think Falcon Crypto, he's bringing up a good point. He's wondering, so is PulseChain going to fork from the proof of stake or the proof of work network? And I think the answer to that is whichever one is on the correct and current day for Hex, I think is the one that's going to matter the most, in my opinion. If I'm Richard Hart and the GOAT is still Hex, and I created this whole new network for Hex to exist on, I want it to be uninterrupted on the days to match on both systems. That's as far as I can think it forward. I don't know. I haven't thought about the game theory as to which one's really going to matter, and I don't think it does, other than the fact that you want them to be on mirrored days. In my underwear, can I come on? Hex Down Under, you have to get super chats to be shirtless. Trust me. That's the only way I go shirtless.
I'm always in my underwear. I just throw on a shirt.
That's right, Dorsey. His comment popped up right as I was saying that. $100 is the price to be shirtless on stream. That's right. So.
No, you ain't paying me that. You ain't gonna pay me anything to get me shirtless.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I just wanted to.
Oh, we love you, man. We love what you're doing. We love supporting you. You and Rags, man. You're our guys, man. I appreciate you guys putting in the effort and doing something, not just talking about it, but actually doing something. And you guys are going to bring adoption to the blockchain, and you're going to make a difference in this world politically. And we're on board with all of it, man. You've got longtime allies for the long-term future in us, man.
Well, I appreciate it. And I also want to say, just for I always reference you, RG, as basically the guy who stuck his neck out. You and Kinetics and, obviously Hexo and Coffee and, that group of early guys. You guys took the arrows. And one of the things I'm so thankful for, because we spent a lot of time thinking about this stuff. One of the greatest things is, who do you know of that has a community that you could just straight up airdrop to? Because that's all we're doing, right? We're not receiving any money. So we're airdropping to Pulse, PulseX, and Hex stakers. And I look at, if you were to choose any audience of people to say, we're going to let people claim, we're going to give this airdrop to this group. I look at back when Richard was building a better Bitcoin, and he was giving, a claim to Bitcoin holders. It was so difficult at that time. And you guys saw it at the early stages. We've got 140,000 wallets, right, of people who believe, they know how to hold, they've been trained well. And it's because you guys, are willing to stick it out and help, support this, because, there's not many arrows that are shot our way these days. And you guys took them all for us. And I just want you to know, I recognize that. And I see that as unique. And honestly, I think a big part of why we're going to be successful, why the Pulse Chain is going to be successful, why all these new projects that come on that are doing things right are going to be successful, is because Hexicans have been trained well by Richard, by you two, by all the people in this community. And to me, I'm just so thankful for it, because I feel like the good guys are going to actually win. And so I appreciate it a lot, what you guys are doing. And very, very thankful, because I feel like, we're giving the regular guy a shot.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing.
So
I'm giving the regular guy a shot.
Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna see if I can cool down here.
All right, brother. Have a lemonade.
Yeah, there you go. Take care, guys.
All right, bro. Have a good one. Cool dude.
Love that guy. Genuine guy. Has been since the beginning. Yeah. I don't care. I'll take slings and arrows for that guy. Yep.
Doing his thing.
He's a man of principle, and he's standing for those principles. And it doesn't always make you friends, but
no,
got a friend in us. Yep.
Nope. But being your own man, saying what you mean, meaning what you say, whether you make friends or not, makes you put your head on your pillow at night. Well, that's what's most important thing, is being able to put your head down and go, I did right today. I am who I am, and nobody knows any different. There's nothing better than that. Nothing better than that. And still having your integrity.
Yep. Yes, Kevin Carone, it sure is. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in here, the StreamYard link, for any Hexicans who are willing to show their face. come on stream with us.
If you're, yeah, it would be nice. I mean, we're showing our faces, a little common courtesy here, like.
And in the meantime, this is for Briz because he asked for it. I should have made him super chat for it, but this is what Briz asked for.
Dude, get that off of here. That is like borderline racist. That's shortist.
That's shortest.
That makes Brisology really mad.
No. Briz loves it because it's not his face on there.
Oh,
because he's the 5'3" guy out there in the community.
He's the sideways goat. Oh, he's losing weight, by the way. He's
good.
Healthy. We went and had lunch the other day. I stopped by. For those of you who don't know, Brisology is one of my local neighbors here, and he and I get to hang out. And I fat shamed him enough that now he's losing weight and getting healthy, because I don't want to see any of you guys die of heart disease.
I'm glad he's getting healthy. That's important. You got a lot of years of stakes to redeem here, guys.
Yeah.
Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Can we get the RG jammies and hex
colors? I got to get me a pair of those. What is it? A onesie? Is that a onesie?
Yeah, it looks like a onesie. Yeah.
It's a bumblebee onesie. I need a bumblebee onesie. All right. So we have a hex. Well, I don't know if he's a hexkin or not. The name doesn't look familiar, but I could be having a senior moment. I don't know. Hey, the Nude HD is back. Good. Thanks for coming in, Nude HD. We missed you.
We're still trying to give you a job, man.
What's up, Kevin? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. A long time Hexican, but just feeling involving myself in the community a little bit.
Well, good, man. Glad for you to come out and show that you're not a bot.
Yeah, actually, I've been in Strape and Hex crypto Telegram since 2019 or 2018 or something like that.
Nice.
But I didn't buy
That's
until
cool.
June 2020.
You've been in Strape that long, huh? So yeah. Your mind is warped, bro. Warped.
Yeah.
I gotta I go in there and I get like kind of stuck in there for a little bit, and then I gotta take a break. I gotta get out of this fucking room for a little bit, man, because that's straight. Those guys in there can start warping your shit quick, man.
Yeah, I kind of stepped away for a few months while it's been going on, but now I'm like, okay, it's a good time to get back involved with there's a lot happening in the next few months.
Oh, I love it. Oh man, Uncle Will, you just missed it. So I'm not going to do it any justice, but our very own Matt, Crypto Heartbeat, found Hex in the Hex community from, if anyone remembers, I think it only ran for like a month, but it was the late night infomercial in 2020 during COVID. And he just couldn't sleep that night and happened to catch the infomercial and looked into it. How cool is that?
Got Heartbeat.
Middle of the night. So Kevin, you were following since 2018, 2019, but you didn't buy till June of 2020?
Yeah, I was watching the chat.
Okay.
And then I actually graduated university in 2019, so I was pretty busy. And then summer I was
your internet's wrecked, bro.
Yeah.
We're losing you.
Help my dad.
Dang it.
Business, working with him a lot on the sorry.
Your internet was wrecked there for a minute, so we didn't hear any of that.
I'm in a hotel in the middle of nowhere, so it's probably not the best day.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's when I was covering for RG3 while he was traveling in 2020 for your job. That's how you were half the time too, man. It's like, yep, he's out in the middle of F nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, I hated that.
Should I try again or?
Yeah, it might be worth your while to get off and then try to reconnect.
Okay,
got another Hexkin in here. I can tell by the shirt. Yo, what's up, Bloodborne?
What's going on, dudes?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Oh, you got your stream running in the background at the same time.
Let me turn it off.
Trust me, we've seen that more than once.
Is that good?
I think we've even been guilty of it ourselves a couple times.
No, I've been watching you guys for a long
Feeding back.
time. This is the first time I've actually. Can you
Yeah, we
Still
got
feeding
you.
back, bro.
Okay. Is it fixed now?
Yes,
Yep,
we're
there
good
you
now.
go.
We're good.
I'm sorry.
look at
It's early. I've never been on a stream my entire life, so.
Dang.
Oh, that's
well,
cool,
you're on
man.
it.
Glad
You're
to
on
have
one
you,
now.
brother.
Hell yeah.
Another Jack Texican. We love it.
It's
Yep.
weird because like there's so many military dudes on this scene. It's really interesting why that is. Why do you think that is, guys? Like, why are there so many military guys just like all about Hex? I just find it interesting, you know?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well,
I haven't figured it out yet, but I know that, you know, it's really prominent. I mean, a lot of military guys.
Well,
Yeah,
first of all, we don't have a woke PC leader of this community. First and
Well, that's
foremost,
good.
I think
Yeah, I don't
we have a
think
very strong personality that's not afraid to tell it as it is.
Oh, bullshit.
he's not in right now. I don't think.
What's up, Albert? How you doing?
How's it going, my friends, amigos?
It's good to see you, brother.
Another
I've
new
enjoyed the
Hexican.
stream so far. Very, very
Good,
good
man.
stream. Oh, I just wanted to say hello to every single one of you. You know, this community is just so breakthrough. It's a breakthrough happening.
Yes, 100%,
I'm
100%.
a new Hexican. Well, I mean, couple of months. I bumped into Richard's audios and interviews in January. So I was able to go ahead and get caught on the Pulse X sacrifice. I couldn't make it to
Good for you,
the
man.
for you,
Pulse
brother.
chain, and I regret that. But everything happens for a reason. But I want to say, without your guys' guidance, I mean, the level of happiness and joy, and appreciating this delayed gratification wouldn't be possible.
Oh, dude,
Watching
that's
the
too
streams
kind.
every single day, guys, it's definitely it does make a change. Crypto Heartbeat was right. We really do appreciate all of you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
That's
Thanks.
really cute.
Appreciate
Oh, that's absolutely amazing to hear from people, man. We get those in the DMs, but it's a whole nother thing in person live for someone to say such kind words, man. So thank you. That is really cool, and I'm humbled by it.
Thank you. See you
Doesn't-
guys.
I don't
doesn't-
feel I deserve it.
It doesn't come this way often, so
Yeah.
we've got a pretty tough skin because usually we're getting shade the opposite way. But no, appreciate the kind words and the fact that we're out there actually that this means stuff to people.
Hmm.
Because we have been spitting out a spleen for the last 2.5 years and doing it for free.
I
Actually,
hear-
it's been costing
I hear-
money.
It's
hear the
costed
stories
us
all the
money.
time.
There's no money in streaming.
Yeah, there is. Just to let everybody know, if you want to get into streaming for money, big fucking mistake.
There's
fucking
way
mistake.
better places to go for money if you want to. It streaming's not where you go to make a killing. I'm going to
Yep.
tell you, we've
Let me
sunk
write that down on my
tens of
list.
thousands of dollars more resources into streaming than we've ever been paid. So
If you want to give back to the community, if you got something to give back to the community, got some time, got a little knowledge, got a little say so, then yeah, stream for us, please. Get out there, get it done.
yes,
But if you're trying to get into this to make some money, big mistake. Big mistake.
No,
Yep.
one thing I did recently, I just finished the translation of Sci-Vive into Spanish
oh
for the
cool,
Latin
Oh,
community.
Good
So
job, man.
good for you, brother.
Yeah, no, thank you. I put that out, and we're talking about it with Wells this morning, and is the motivation that you guys give us. I mean, it's like I mentioned, it's a breakthrough. So hitting the Latin market hard. There's enough natural resources all over Latin America to capitalize Hex. We're gonna take this into a very big stage.
Oh, yeah, we're taking it to
Love
the hoop,
it.
man. We're taking it to the hoop.
Heck yeah.
DS needs more hot chicks and puppies to make money. I have been telling them this from the beginning.
True,
I
he
go
has.
into our meetings. I tell them more puppies and more hot chicks, and they
Yep.
just don't listen to me, guys.
I got a
don't
puppy.
listen.
You want me to go grab a puppy? I can throw a puppy on stream real quick.
Yeah, one right here. Wanna
We
see?
need-
There you go.
we need-
Hey,
there you
hey,
go.
look
We
at
need
this.
puppies.
Hexican's already stepping up. Oh,
Look at
that's a
that.
good looking. That's a good looking boy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Adorable,
That's a good looking
man.
boy.
You know, Richard
Yeah,
Hart
he
style,
is.
you know.
That's a
He
good
loves the
looking boy.
camera.
He's a little homie, dude.
Oh, dude, he's awesome.
Dude,
He's
so
stout,
fucking
I can
cool.
tell.
Yeah, he's a pocket bully. Little boy.
Pocket boy. Puppy's in the house. I love it. Yep. Yeah. Well, thank you guys both for your contributions. That is freaking awesome. Hexican stepping up. Bloodmore, I saw you're gonna go shooting this weekend, huh?
Yeah, I'm going shooting tomorrow night, actually. I train
I'm going
a
tomorrow
fire
morning.
infrastructure. That's my main job. So, I mean, it's also, I like to do it outside. I did it for 9 years, obviously when I was in the Navy. So
Nice.
yeah, got my own night vision. So I'm going to go get some rounds on some steel tomorrow night. So that'll be a good time.
Right
I
on.
don't know of any other Hexicans out here in SoCal. So, I mean, I'm more than willing to have people come out to the range tomorrow. I'm literally like going by myself.
Where are you going? What range are you going to?
It's in Alpine. It's a private property. So we can
Okay.
do whatever we want out there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm going to one out here in the IE, Hobbies. They're a private range too,
Yeah.
out there
I
in
mean,
Riverbed.
When you're in California, your indoor ranges, trash.
Yeah,
If you really want
garbage.
to have some fun, you got to go to a private range, unfortunately. But
Yep.
I know the other guy in the chat's in Texas, so that's a whole nother world out there.
I'm from Texas, and the ranges
Everywhere.
are everywhere. Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah, I'm in rural Colorado, so let's see. I've got a range right there, 10 steps there, 15 steps that way. So
Yeah.
I'm moving
Yeah,
to
my
South
old man's
Carolina.
backyard was, you just went off his porch, man, and he had his
Yep.
rack set up and all of his targets out in his backyard and just tick, 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 tick.
Dude, that is the dream. To just have your range in your backyard. So have like a big berm set up. That's the dream.
Yep.
Sure, but-
Yep. When I went out to visit Rackham out in Florida, he has, well, he calls it the swamp. He's got this piece of land out in the middle of they're building a lake out there and all this stuff, but they have a straight up tactical range that they have there. And the guys that were there that I saw, holy mackerel, man, those guys were just, I mean, they're hitting targets like ding, 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 ding. I mean, literally that fast. It was like, holy shit, these guys are just.
It takes, just like anything, it takes reps. It's something that the more that you do, the better that you get, the more that enjoyable it becomes.
yeah.
It's awesome because it's such a valuable skill set to have, right? Like, it's cool that everyone has guns, but how often are they shooting them? How competent are they? Right? Like, pistols are extremely hard to use. If anyone's ever shot one, they would know that.
Yep.
That's why I'm going tomorrow. I usually go with my carry stuff that I have, and just go out there and practice with what I've got, what I carry. And then, but when my father passed away a couple of years ago, I got all of his, weapons. And it's like, when I take these things to the range and start shooting them, why they're just sitting here in a safe. I'm going to go out and, go and use these things. So I went and picked a handful of them and went out and got some more rounds for them. And I'm going to go take those out and fire stuff that I haven't fired in years because they were pops, So like you said, you gotta, it's about reps and using the stuff you got versus letting it just sit there.
100%.
And good reps too. There's people you can practice with bad technique and build bad habits. That's honestly the hardest part when somebody has bad habits at the range. Those are the ones that are hardest to adapt to what's proper. The ones that have a clean slate that's never shot before, they tend to have way better shooting technique because they're able to absorb brand new information. Kind of like, I don't know, a no corner that's buying hex.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good analogy. My wife, so she joined a women's shooting club, NRA sanctioned women's shooting club, had never really spent a lot of time shooting before. And because she didn't have bad habits to coach out and she was learning the right way from the get-go, my wife outshoots the hell out of me. Like, it's sad how much a better shot she is than I am. She is amazing.
So Torin, I got a solution for this. So I'm stocked up, but what I do is I go, before I go to the range, I go and I supply up, and I always supply up more than I'm going to shoot at the range. So I keep stockpiling. Every time I go to the range, I'm getting actually more and more. So go out and shoot, but then I've got some more to put away. So that's
cool.
how I get
That's
rid of
smart.
that problem.
Yeah, ammo's not cheap. right now.
No, it's not.
No.
This guy said, "Oh, you want some of the cheap stuff?" And it was like, a box of 50 for, $65. That was the cheap stuff. And forget rifle rounds,
I have so
big
many
rifle rounds.
friends who are like, we need to start an ammo company. Like, I don't know. Do you guys know Half Face Blades? Ever heard of them?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, him. It's a knife company. He made a knife for Joe Rogan actually.
Oh.
But, yeah, him and like.
Okay.
There's a bunch
I think
of
I've seen the episode.
Like, it's a lot. Great idea, but I mean, I got to get primers, and it's a lot of fucking capital on the upfront,
Yeah, those are hard to get now too. It's the powder and the primers are the hard things.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got KDM going with Super Dave Harrington this weekend. Go ahead, bro.
Real quick, but I just wanted to come say hello, give my thanks.
Thanks for the love, brother.
Thanks for dropping in, man.
We're gonna go ahead and make a big difference in this world.
That's right.
We're already seeing it.
Like
we're
it.
already seeing it
Yes, we
happen.
are.
It's happening, and it's gonna continue. All right,
Thanks
guys.
for your
Love you.
contributions, brother.
Anytime. Oh, we're going all the way.
That's right.
Is anybody else in the background? I don't want to like take up.
No, you're good,
it's just
man.
us for now, man. You're
Just
good.
us.
I guess I'll just vibe if that's cool. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Kinetics, are we allowed to say anything about what happened with the movie today?
Let's do it. I'm
Let's
tired
do
of being
it.
the guy that can't talk about it. Let's do it.
What's going on with the movie?
So the movie was shot, filmed, and a rough edit was made. They took it out to Richard to have him view it and get his sign off on it. And so after they got done visiting with Richard, everybody got together. Of course, there's lawyers and everything else involved. And today the movie was completed, signed off, and we're in what's called edit lock or movie lock. Lock. It's locked. So that means that there is no more changes to the movie at this point. And
It is in the format it will be to the end. Yes.
It's in the
Is
format
Netflix
that's going to be
gonna buy
to
it?
the end. What's that?
Is Netflix going to buy it? I really hope they do.
Now that
Well,
we
we
won't
don't-
talk about.
That we won't talk about because we don't want to muddy the waters or poison the waters for any other company that might be vying for it. So it's, Netflix isn't the only game in town.
Yep.
They're a great game in town, but they're not the only. And there's a lot of others. And, it's all about getting it to the most people that we can get it to possible. That's what Muse storytelling.
There's two things we could have done. We could have either gone to maximize profits or go to maximize eyes. And since the very beginning, RG and I have discussed, we want it to be in front of more eyes.
It's got to be
That's
eyes.
where the most good can be done for Hexicans. Is
The most impact, right?
absolutely 100%.
Kinetics, you're in that scene, right? Film and all that, right?
He's got a bigger part than I do. I just show up as a cameo. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm not a significant player at all in the film, which I didn't want to be. And my story's just not as impactful and is not as big a personality as Mr. Captain RG3 here. So it just made sense. So and my wife wouldn't sign off on it even if I wanted to. So
I'm a bigger clown is what it was. And they're like, this guy, we got to put this guy in it, man. You know what the hell he's talking about. He's always shooting off at the lips. Let's get him on film. And that's why I ended up in it. So don't let
The
anybody.
trailers look so good. Like the production looks like just top tier.
It's
These
sick.
guys.
They make anybody look good. They really
Yeah.
do make anybody
Exactly.
look good.
Yeah.
And then
broke streamer ramen stash. Thanks, Ivan, for the 55, man.
55.
Appreciate you. Dude,
By
a
the
big
way-
supporter of this this channel for a very long time. Thanks, Ivan, for all you do, brother. Appreciate you.
thanks, Ivan.
What did you guys think about the stream today with Jordan?
Loved it.
I didn't see it.
Really?
I haven't seen it. I had
Loved
to work
it.
all day. I was
Loved it.
busy.
The only thing, if I could say something about it that I wish I had seen more of, is when Richard's talking, they only show Richard. I would have loved to have seen Jordan Belfort's body language when he's talking about being accused of being a scammer, because Jordan Belfort, he's unashamed of his past. He knows what he's done. An actual scammer and someone on stream who has never scammed anyone but is being accused of it. So I would have liked to have seen the body language when Richard Hart was talking about some of those items.
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed like there was like a little bit of friction, a little bit of disagreement, but then, you know, I feel like Jordan just more or less ended up just agreeing with him and didn't really rebuttal that hard. I noticed.
Well, no, he ended up, in fact, actually started saying, "Hey, that's exactly what I wrote in my new book." Like, was actually making the same points that Richard did. So
yeah, that was hilarious. I think the coolest part at the end was Richard was like, "Hey, like, who else do you think I should talk to or get on stream with?" And he was like, "Hey, I'll get you in touch with the Nelk Boys at Full Send."
Yes.
And there was another podcast that they mentioned. Do you know what the other one was?
I don't remember the other one that they said. The guy that I don't remember. I'll have to go back and watch it again. But he's been on a lot of streams with a lot of well-known people, so it wouldn't surprise me if he puts them in contact with some pretty big names. So.
Yeah, I mean, they literally.
And that is true, Hex Down Under, and I was proud of it. Proud to be the craft service guy that could just provide all the coffee all day long. I was there. No, Dorsey, I'm not even putting that comment on stream. And in fact,
Bloodmore, your Uber Eats is here.
No, that's my roommate bringing groceries.
By the way, Dorsey, you are in timeout for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Oh, I knew he couldn't handle it, man. I knew it.
Just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. He the part that he put me in the movie as not this is a family show, guys. This is a family show. So. Riz is right though.
I see.
Jordan was breathing into the mic, and it was.
Dude, he was. I thought it was tripping. He was like, I was like, what the fuck is that noise, dude?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, maybe it's feedback in Richard's mic. No, I think it was Jordan breathing on the other end. So
that's hilarious. Well, thanks for having me on, guys. First time I've ever been on stream, so it was nice getting to talk to you guys, man.
Well, it's nice to meet another Jack Texican that knows how to shoot. You were Navy, so you're ex-military. So thank you for your service, brother. Thank you so much for the service you provide to the Hexicans, man, and hopefully we'll see more of you.
Oh yeah, if there's any SoCal dudes out there want to go shoot, fucking hit me up on Instagram, beau.gb, beau.gb.
Right on.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
Guys.
Thanks, brother. We'll see you later, man.
The Naga Tribe dropping us $10. Yo,
Mr. Naga.
Naga. Hey, don't forget everybody and to get to Naga's party, man. What are we calling it? It's the Naga Bow Mansion Party, the Naga Tribe Mansion Party.
Yep. Don't forget, guys, get your tickets if it's not already sold out.
That one now, Naga throws the party, not a party, the party. And so you're going to want to get yourself to that one. If you're in Vegas, don't miss Naga's party.
Yep.
All right. We've got Patrice is in the house. Let's pull up Patrice. Oh, not what I was expecting. Jeez.
What's goody party people? I'm sorry. I have no boobs.
No, you don't. You're not a. I was thinking, look, Patrice Von Paris. Oh, this is going to be good, right? Sorry, man. But welcome to the show. I don't want to bum you out, but
what part of France are you from?
I live in the Paris suburbs.
In the Paris suburbs. Okay. I could tell by the accent. I was waiting to hear the accent. The name led me to believe, other than the Von Paris, just the Patrice name, actually.
Yes. Well, you know, my for a French, my English is pretty decent, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Well, my French is
better than
crap.
Steph.
So
your French is crap.
Yeah, my French is absolute crap. Yeah,
right.
So
French at all.
It's all right.
And then you're the first Frenchman we've had on that we can understand. Because
is that true?
I can't understand a freaking word that Steph says when he comes in.
I love the guy to death, but I can't.
Karim knows French also, right? He has like a Karim.
Oh, Kareem. Yeah, I think he does.
I haven't heard Kareem speak in so long.
He has like a slight accent.
Well, that's because he's from a country that the French Foreign Legion used to invade. So
I know. Yeah.
But hey, it made him more cultured. He can speak multiple languages. And I haven't seen that guy in a while.
He's doing
well. Kareem, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well.
I see him on the Twitter every once in a while. I have seen him in the Twitter lately.
What he's up to, but he's probably, cooking something. So yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to all of you for putting in the time doing those streams. I was actually onboarded by DJ Cryptomatic.
Awesome. Love that guy.
I'm part of their, we organize a Hex Rate train every week on Twitch. I don't know if some of you have caught that. I know Sandy B is big shout out to Sandy. A very loyal follower of the train. And I basically GFJ Cryptomatic made I don't know if you guys remember, he made like a Christmas stream.
Yes,
he made a Christmas stream on like Christmas Eve or something, or maybe one day before, one day after, I don't remember exactly. And he basically raided into me with all the Hexicans on that day, which was always a pleasant surprise when you're like sitting there with like 20 people, and all of a sudden there's like 80, 100 or 100 people coming in at once.
Cool, man.
And everybody talking about hex this, hex that, Discourse, Syndicate. Shout out to Side Effects, awesome brother in the community as well, putting in the time.
He is.
And also music producer, drum and bass fanatic. And so I was like, what the fuck is Hex, And what is Discourse Syndicate? They were all saying, shout out to the Discourse Syndicate. I was like, shout out to the Discourse Syndicate. Okay, so I did my little research for a couple of weeks. Not really so interested. I'm not so much of a financial person at heart, but after COVID, I work as a DJ and a sound engineer. So basically, I have a small company that does all kinds of live events.
Oh, that's cool, man. Right on.
And COVID definitely fucked us big time. So it was pretty much almost 2 years of almost no income, and had to get a desk job. I got a desk job at Triller. I don't know if you guys know Triller.
I thought it was Michael Jackson's Thriller knockoff shirt. You just forgot the H or something.
No, it's this. You maybe have seen this logo before. It's basically the American TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So it's much smaller because TikTok is owned by the Chinese, and it's like a huge, huge group. And I worked there, and they actually you guys know Versus?
No. Which
Versus? Versus is like rappers coming together, and while they were battling out, they're not really battling. They're more like showcasing whatever, singing their tunes. And so Triller is actually partnered with Versus for these events. Okay. And they actually sponsored the Tyson match. Tyson against Roy Jones Jr. Back in September of last year, I think. So if you watch that video again, you will see the Versus sign with this logo on it. It's basically sponsored by them.
Okay.
So basically, I got I did my little research on that Hex thing, and bought my first amount around the 20-cent mark.
That's all right. You're not too underwater then.
Yeah,
too underwater right now.
Well, right now I'm not underwater anymore because I bought the dip at 30 cents. 3 cents, I mean.
At 3 cents, right on.
3 cents, at 3 cents, I went like, okay, now this is what I felt was a bottom. Was pretty close. I didn't know about limit orders back then. So yeah, I definitely got some 3 cents, and I actually also DCA'd into Hedron.
Okay. As it was going down.
I got my first purchase nuked down to like 95% or something, or 97%. It was only a small amount, and then I did the same thing. I DCA'd at the bottom, and as we've seen the crazy FOMO in the past weeks, we've seen like 900% or so.
Yeah. 900%, I think it was. I
So
haven't seen today.
my Hedron bag is is all right for now.
Right on, man. Good for you, brother.
I really can't complain. So other than the the raid train on Twitch, I decided to bring a couple of contributions and upping my meme game. So a lot of you guys have seen some of my memes that I put out this week, and
Did any of them include throwing me as a short person or putting me in somebody's pocket?
No, not this one. Okay. This one is not mine. But I saw it. I was like, who this? Oh, it's a pirate. Yeah, it was pretty nice. So yeah, I was basically just coming on just to introduce myself and
it's a pleasure,
paying
man.
my respect to all of you, and just letting the community know that we can
Patrice,
all add.
I got a question for you. You like Hedron? You bought Hedron. I don't want to let you go until I get your opinion on this. What are your thoughts on Icosa? Bullish or bearish?
Oh, bullish.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, for sure.
Super
it's
bullish.
back when it launched, it was really hard to get our head around, especially since we didn't have that Icosa part to understand. And yeah, it's like big brain hedronomics. And as Alex was saying, he worked on this shit on the quiet, even though he had it in mind, and to shake out all the whales who dumped as I said, like my first purchase got nuked down to like 97%, and I it was not a lot, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hodl.
Yeah.
Definitely not regret it, but I'm still not gonna not gonna sell. I'm definitely looking forward to
do the right thing,
to what it's gonna be in the long run, with the buy and burn, with the burn functions and everything. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do when the staking comes out on Monday. So if you have some Hedron, you can stake it starting Sunday, Sunday nights, Monday morning. So that's gonna be interesting. Alex has showed the Icosa, or whatever UI. That looks, pretty.
Yeah, I used it on the testnet. It looks
pretty
nice.
solid.
Really smooth.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't used it on the testnet. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So I, heat up my
there you go.
My finger, That's gonna be.
You're gonna get memed for that, by the way. Yeah, as a meme maker, doing that with your finger, you will get memed.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see. Gonna be interesting to see.
It's an interesting feedback loop that I'm pretty sure not many people have thought of this kind of
mechanism.
And I don't know.
Alex is a smart dude.
Alex said he's been working on this idea for like more than a year. And he seems to be.
It's the cutting edge of DeFi yield generation, and
derivatives.
People don't even understand.
No,
the world doesn't understand crypto.
It kind of sounds scammy, like it's like what? like you generate 3 coins from another coin, and you make another coin by staking this coin, and then you pull it back in. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Dude, if you think about it, Icosa amplifies the gains on Hedron, which amplifies the gains on Hex. Like it's just it's a snowball is what it's doing. It's just getting
that
more and more
Russian doll
momentum.
that has everything locked within itself, one on top of the other. And it's all possible because of the little nuclear generator that is Hex.
Yeah.
Hex makes it all possible. So, there we go. Rug pull.
Get rug.
Uh-oh. Andy's gone.
Yeah, I've been
I just sent it, Liberty.
Since like 10 minutes in of the show. You guys have touched on Barnsley.
Perfect.
But did you guys touch on the Zen scandal?
No. So I just saw David put out a video. What is Conrad Zen up to? And I didn't get to catch up to it. So can you give us a quick rundown on what it appears?
Did you watch the video?
No, I didn't see it yet.
Okay.
No, I just got back into town and I was trying to get ready for this stream.
So I was actually in Conrad's live stream yesterday when he did when he did the launch. I was going to bed, and I was refreshing my feed for the 10th time or so just before going to bed to see if there's something interesting. And he was live streaming, and he was basically explaining his soft launch of the Peasant token. So, he was talking about that, that project, but, being pretty vague, not really going into details about, whatever tokenomics or game strategy. And, I took a look at the white paper. I saw typos and, so I was like, it's, doesn't look very professional, but I had $100 laying around in one of my free airdrop wallets, so I threw $100 at it, and when I woke up, it was like, don't buy, everybody's calling for scandal and scam, and I don't really know what exactly is the issue, and he hasn't detailed the exact problem yet.
Well, I'll look into it when I have some time. I was just on the road all day today, so I didn't get to see anything.
I looked at his Twitter earlier. He did another live stream, but still being pretty vague about what happened. I think.
Oh, is this about the Conrad situation?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got to let that play out and see what's really going on. I know people are calling him scammer already and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to call him out.
No, there is no reason to.
Something went wrong. But I got my money back.
Max, Max.
And
you don't have haters. You ain't doing the work. So.
I have actually tripled my money on whatever this transaction. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I felt scammed for 1 hour, 2 hours, and I just took my money out 2 hours ago, and basically tripled my $100. So
well, good,
can't
man.
Can't complain.
Came out ahead.
I'm gonna buy some more Hedron or something, or Hex. Probably Hex.
Yeah.
Bit Finesse, thank you for the $9.99, brother. It is the future generation of DeFi, to piggyback on what RG was saying. It's also the future test of what it actually takes to separate people from their life savings. Careful out there, boys and girls. That's right. Yep.
Careful.
That's right.
Oh, look at this. Look at this OG DSer right here. Look at that.
Yo, look at this guy.
Up,
He's got a Hex shirt on and everything. Look at
yeah,
that.
don't tell anybody.
I know, right? Did you wear that to the country club today or what?
I did. I left my flip flops over there. I went back Friday night and I was wearing my Hex shirt, and guys were like, "Oh, flex." So,
this guy again.
This guy again.
Here comes the crypto. How's it going now, buddy?
So they're all like, "When PulseChain," right? So I get that every day. So when PulseChain,
Yeah, right.
Weeks.
it's happening.
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. Yeah.
So this boomer's been trying to figure out like Icosa and staking Hedron and HSIs, and we forgot what it was like back in the original OA, like how to figure out how all the buttons work.
Yeah.
So doing it on the test net, it's funny. I'm like, what am I doing now? Okay, now what am I doing? And why am I doing this? And do I need to create a new spreadsheet for this? It's kind of
I was like that for weeks until like 3 weeks ago. I finally got my PulseChain game like down. Now I get it. Now I've moved things around, started figuring out where the what yield tools are working best. I got my Pulse game down. So now I want to figure out what this Hedron thing is, because gosh, they gave us so many free ones for those of us who staked long and strong. You got a lot of good Hedron. Oof.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oof.
it's just
Those
sitting
big-
there.
Those
So
big
we might as
steaks,
well
those
stake
big
it.
shrimp steaks are looking good.
Yeah.
Juicy.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, so here's what I'm going to tell you, Liberty. Sacrificing an HSI for Icosa is the quickest, easiest way to get the most amount of Icosa up front. The rest of it, if you're staking your Hedron to get Icosa, is going to take a little bit longer to see any fruit come to tuition. Yep, to fruition.
It's more of a drip.
Yep.
Well, it goes back to our old conversations, right? How much is enough, right? It's like, do we play this game if we've already been playing? I'm
going to throw a little at it just for fun, just to play. Hey,
So-
heck, I believe in Alex more than I believe in Toucanair, and I threw money at Toucanair just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
So
$20 is $20. I mean, come on. What can you lose on $20? You buy that much in scratchers, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, we don't do anything for $20, but so yeah, it's confusing. It's exciting. So we just got to figure out how all the buttons work. So
Ross, that's it. You get another one. You get another timeout for you, Ross.
Boom.
Put him in purgatory for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, Ross needed it. So the NFT is just a way to boost it all. There's an additional pool, and if you get rid of the NFT, you redeem the Icosa, but the last man standing or woman with the last one standing with the NFT in their wallet takes home the biggest prize of everyone. So I have a feeling with this community being the diamond-handed Hexicans that they are, that there's going to be people fighting to see who can hold on to the NFT the longest. So Hex down under, absolutely. Ask and you shall receive. You have been put into timeout. Can I have a timeout, he says?
Sure.
Ask and you shall receive.
Give him a hammer while you're at it. Give him a hammer and a timeout.
Yeah, I'll give you a hammer as soon as we come back after your timeout. Absolutely.
another thing, I was listening to Litecoin Moses was on, and I know Gary was giving him props for the old days when we used to do emergency end stake, on things that were 50% done, and we were cheering people on to do that in the old days. So I was like, I probably made some messed up stakes. I haven't touched them in a long time, so I just went through, found like maybe 10 stakes that were between 50% and 75% progress. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll do that and even go even longer on these things, 2024, 2025 stakes. And then I was doing the math, and then it was really interesting. Okay, you got big payday. You got all the interest that you've gained. How much is that at today's price or at a future price? And then I realized because of the cost per T-share that I would actually get less T-shares than what I had just sacrificed. Well, back in the day,
that was all before big payday.
That's right. So
before big payday, that was the only good then. And now that's off the table.
Yeah, I'm glad I just go and start pressing buttons. I was like, wait a minute, I'll get 100 T shares, but no, or I'll get I'll give up 100 T shares, but I'll only get like 70 T shares. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, we're not doing that. That's a bad idea.
That.
Yeah,
and we'll give up.
That was only before
of,
Big Payday did that.
Yeah. That's we have not shouted that message since. So
yeah, we haven't told anybody to do that since.
Yeah, those of you who have active stakes right now, and those were pre-Big Payday stakes, you don't want to lose that Big Payday bonus multiplier.
The big
so
payday.
Don't do it now.
And the cheap T shares that have been maturing for a while now.
Right.
You don't want to, you definitely don't want to get rid of those.
Especially with all the Hedron coming in with them. Especially if you got the 10x multiplier.
And I was thinking that too. Yeah. I was like, okay, I got to throw that into my calculation. But it's a testament to the beauty of T-shares go up and to the right, right?
And speaking of T-shares go up, here is the enforcer himself.
What
is happening, my man?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I heard y'all talk about T-shares. I'm like, oh no, I gotta jump in because people just they don't think about it. You just think you got this thing that's called a T-share and it's just there and nothing happens. But guess what? That clock tick. And them T-shares
and it's still ticking,
stacking,
and it's still going up,
and it's still going up.
To the right.
Yeah, and people really love to not give that any respect, and it's sad because there's a price to pay for that lack of respect.
Man, respect the T-share.
Respect your pocket, right? Respect your pocket, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. T-shirts are serious.
I don't think I mean. You and I, we talk about it a lot, but as a community, man, we forget to remind the newcomers in this thing that, like, the power is in the T-shares, guys. Get those T-shares now.
All about the. Well, you just heard what Liberty was just saying.
Yeah. And not everyone knows the system like we know the system.
Right.
We learned it. We learned it over a 4-month or 6-month period of time, talking about it every Friday.
Yep. And one of the other things about, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lib.
That's all I had.
One of the other things is this T-share gathering strategy. Some people that are sitting out here watching us are new and they don't have a lot of capital and they're young and they want to get involved and they want to see how this works. Starting out and staking your longest stakes now, if you're dollar costing in, and then work yourself back. If you're building a ladder, you're working on some type of retirement plan. Getting cheaper T-shares and staking them out longer now is better than saying, well, I'm going to stake them for a year and then I'll stake some for 2 years and I'll stake some for 5 years. You're better off going backwards the opposite way and getting your long stakes done first, getting those 15-year stakes done and out of the way, and then knocking it down to your 12s, your 10s, your 5s, and so forth. So
locking
think
in
about that.
Bigger
locking in that
longer
cheaper
pays
T-share.
Better. At the cheaper T-share rate as quickly as possible.
Yep, you get more T-shares. You will gather more T-shares that way.
So let me tell you guys. Something. This is what I think of, and it's gonna sound crazy because we're not gonna have any more big paydays. So no more. So the only equivalent to something like that we're gonna see, and here's a messed up thing, is lopsided, because the only thing we're seeing really is a T-share rate jumping. That's the only thing we're ever going to see from Big Payday ever again. There's not going to be any 30% dish out because Bitcoin maxis didn't want to come collect their free claim. There's no more gifts. So you have to understand that the math that is dictated by time, because Hex is a time calculator. It's really that, right? So it's very difficult for people to get there because it's just code that's calculating the time, and it's based on the weight of your economic value, and that's it. So, the sooner you stake, the more you make. Really that simple.
Now, I guess they are right. Briz says when PulseChain launches, that's a big payday because you immediately double your T-shares. I mean,
sure, but you gotta have them. right? And it's like you guys were saying, you definitely got to like nowadays, you definitely got to start from the end of the curve on back. I definitely 100% agree with that because there's so much harder to get t-shirts nowadays.
Ross is pushing.
Ross, you're going again, buddy. You're gone again. You're gone again.
Damn, I didn't even get to see what he said.
I didn't even put it up here because we can still put it up here
all night long. All night long, Ross. I could do this all night long. God damn it.
Too funny.
What is this $6.19.7 here you got here? Give me liberty.
Oh
What's
no,
that?
someone else what the payout was today. So that's
okay.
somewhat 6.19.
I don't even check that anymore. Damn, it's sad.
Sixes, man. It's been 6 straight sixes for a while now.
Yeah, like at least
remember
3
when
months.
it was straight fives? So
Yeah.
that's good. It's
Remember,
I
picking up,
love
man.
the fact that it's going this direction. I never
Hold
expected
on.
it to.
You guys remember when we used to be hype over a 5.85
Yeah.
consistent payout?
Mhm.
Ooh. We don't even care about the sixes now. Ain't life grand?
It's like the sixes. Oh, the sixes are happening.
Oh, just the sixes? Yeah.
Just the sixes. When's the? Wake me up when the eights are here.
Oh, right.
What's the difference? Is it the good accountings that's been going on? You know,
Nah, just less t-shirt holders because they're much more expensive to get. And to be honest,
As
you
the
just
stakes expire.
yeah, stakes expire, t-shirts
Big
get more
stakes are expiring,
expensive.
yeah.
So as the system ages, right, we're gonna see inconsistent big jumps in the t-shirt rate because we don't really know when these OG stakes are gonna end. We just know that they're there. So unless you got like a heat seeker on them, right? Yeah, you're not gonna really know when they're gonna come. So it's gonna be really hard to track when that t-shirt rate is gonna pop. But we know pop it will. I mean, that 800, what was it? 755 hex in one day. I'm never gonna forget that. That was insane. Yeah, one day.
So when Hex, so I've always said that Hex is going to become so very, very rare that people are going to be standing in line waiting for those T-shares to come due and that Hex to come and be minted so that they can get a hold of some to get some T-shares. And what is that going to do to the daily payouts as the bigger stakes go out, less and less Hex goes into the system, and less Hex is going to be staked? Well, what's going to? I mean,
that payout is going to go up like crazy.
It's going to keep going up and keep going up. Jeez.
Especially with those who had 15-year stakes, 10 years into the start of the product, and they get to keep those extra longer pays better shares for an additional 5 years, and the t-shirt rate's so ridiculous.
You're making me blush.
Dude, I'm like moonboying right now just thinking about it.
You're making me blush.
And then with all these other tools to lock up more Hex, the Hex Investment Trust, Hedron, and who knows who else is going to start locking up Hex.
Yeah, because it's once people start understanding the power of yield, especially yield that has no speed bumps, right? I mean, you can't ask for anything more, especially when we're looking around the market right now and we're seeing how everything is literally like dusting up around us.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is just collapsing and we're just like, that's rough. But we're over here operating. We're 17 days away, 16, 15 days away from hitting 1,000 days nonstop. 100% uptime.
100% uptime. And
That's
I'm looking
something
forward to the
about.
day we can say, hey, Bitcoin Maxis, did you know my T-share is worth more than your Bitcoin is?
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
They're going
Oh,
to be
boy.
so mad. Oof. Ooh. We're gonna have to make a song just for that one because they're gonna be so mad.
That's right. Loving it.
So mad.
It just keeps getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter.
So
I'm glad we found this. All of you newcomers, those of you who have found DS, whether it be from the DJ train over there on the Twitch, like Patrice over here, or those of you who have a friend that told you about this, or you just happen to stumble into this, You guys are in the right place. You're in the right place. A lot of good, smart people on this channel talking a lot of good, smart things about your potential future. So pay attention to your own research. Make sure you actually use that thing between your brain. Don't just use that gray matter in your skull for Play-Doh. Actually use it to do some critical thinking and figure out that this is the right product. So
put some wrinkles in that thing, as we used to say.
Put some wrinkles in, yeah, you smooth brains.
Yeah, and don't hesitate to put the questions out there. I feel like what's really nice about this community that I haven't seen anywhere else. I wasn't like really a big crypto person before that, but I've been watching the space for close to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this community is with all the brains together, when somebody has like a question or something, I feel like we're usually getting close to the bottom of the straight facts. And what I like about the whole idea of Discourse Syndicate is like, okay, we have this this coin. There's a debate going on in the space, and those who don't know anything are just sit there and watch and try to understand what's it all about. And those who are having their first understanding, there will have questions coming up like, okay, I'm not sure how this works. I want to understand what this mechanism enables us to do.
What's cool about what Discourse Syndicate did is that every one of us here, we learned, we defended, and we educated the whole community here. That's what happened. Like, you saw it real time. You can go back to our earliest streams and see that we didn't know shit. Well, I didn't definitely know shit, but some of the guys did. But we learned along the way. We unpeeled the onion. We looked at all the questions of Hex. We defended against all the people that were fudding and saying incorrect things, which they still do to this day, which is funny as hell.
Yeah, it's like we don't exist, right?
Like they go back to old, 3-year-old narrative that had been debunked, then.
Mm-hmm.
To write articles. They're literally writing articles with this trash in it. Garbage.
It's crazy to think that we are definitely at year 3 of the nonsense.
Yep.
We are. And it still exists in its same form that it did 3 years ago. Yeah. Which doesn't surprise me, because the Maxis love living in the past. They just love it. They're tech people that love it. What can be worse than a tech geek, basement dwelling fuckbag that is living in the past? There's nothing worse than that. That's
they still have their Apple IIe computers, and they're so excited about them. Their Apple IIe Maximalist.
Oh my gosh, it's pathetic.
They got plywood on the side of their keyboards.
Oh my gosh. Well, careful. Richard's got
wherever the plywood is at. I can't even remember
down to one.
Holy shit! What the hell is going on? That is so accurate. Horrible.
Nate J, longtime OG. Thank you for the support, brother. Love it. I watched Discourse Syndicate for the info and Telegram. Yep. Me too. Even before I was part of the months, even before I was a part of DS. That's what I did too. So respect, brother. So
I gotta say that Bitcoin maximalism is the ultimate birth control. That's what I got to say.
Yo, what's crazy about it is how they really stick to consistently being wrong and consistently being incorrect and just consistently lying. It's crazy, man. I've honestly never seen anything like it in markets. I mean, they're honestly worse than the Fed, because at least the Fed gets paid to be that negligent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, these people don't get paid to be negligent at all. Like, in fact, maybe they do. I mean, some of them characters, I think they do. I mean, because
some of them were taking some payments from BlockFi before they
went
down.
Yeah, right.
Celsius before they went
down. So they definitely were getting paid to be incompetent. That's for sure.
I like that Richard on Pitboy's channel flat out called out Alex Mashinsky from Celsius. I thought that was awesome.
He's been hammering him, dude. He has been hammering Alex Mashinsky.
Well, he called him. You know, Alex
rightfully
took a little bit of a jab at Richard, and Richard said, "We have competing products, but mine's going to outlast yours," and he was right.
100
easily.
We should be playing that all over the place.
I mean, that was a layup.
That needs to be clipped and played all over Twitter. Yep. It does.
That was a layup. I think actually it was right after everything popped off. It did circulate. That little clip where he was talking smack about Hex and RH and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It did circulate. I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember the Mashinsky Maximalists talking to me in the back rooms about how, you know, he's the real deal and he's the real deal against Richard. You know, he's as intellectual and speaks better and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust that guy for some reason. I was told to get into Celsius many times, many back rooms. Get some of your, you got to get some Celsius. You got to get some Celsius. You got to get. And,
I even gave that advice to Give Me Liberty. I'm going to be the one to call it out before he.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
Two guys on the
but
stream sent me their
here's the
referral
deal.
link.
Here's the deal. Early 2020, and I didn't talk about it on the channel because I was gambling with that because I knew Hex was a for sure thing. And I thought, hey, I'm going to gamble with Celsius. And I was right. I got a 4X. I walked and I never looked back. I bought more Hex, got more T-shares before big payday. And I walked and I never looked back. So
that's a good trade.
Yep. It was at a time that
blood on your hands.
Hex was going sideways.
Tainted T-shares.
I got a 4X on my money and bought more T-shares. Yeah.
You should be ashamed of them T-shares. Them some dirty T-shares.
Thank you, all you Celsians who bought me more Hex. I appreciate it.
It's dumped on your heads.
Yo, isn't it funny how people really don't get that everything is a greater fool theory?
Yep.
Is a greater fool game. Everything, life is a greater fool game.
It sure is, man. It sure.
Celsius customers, Kinetics as your funds.
Phone starts ringing now.
Oh, Bob, are you in their crypto mindset course right now? Is that what you're doing? You must be in the crypto mindset class. Crypto class, thanks for bringing class to this stream. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Too funny.
And I trust you guys so much, and I put you guys up on a pedestal. So when you guys send me a referral link and say, try this, thank gosh I'm a boomer. Because if I don't get it right away, I get busy. I put it on the side. I never come back.
And you forget.
To it. Yeah, and then I look back and I was like, oh yeah, I never got into Celsius. Good.
Yeah, Celsius went down, and of course, Liberty and I have our own personal. We have our personal cell phone numbers. He texted me. He's like, "Didn't you want me to get into this thing?" And I was like, "Dude, that was 2 years ago, and I exited with a 4X on that." Like, yes, I did.
There was two of you, so. And I was like, and the same thing with whatever, anything that's super smart over your head. I mean, I was staring. My ice maker in my refrigerator stopped working there, and I just stared at it for like 20 minutes, and I was like, "All right, forget this thing. Who needs ice anyways? Who needs ice anyways?"
I remember when you told me to go get some muni bonds, and I'm like, okay. Missed that one.
Did I ever tell you that? I didn't know that.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I mean, some of this stuff's really complicated, and thankfully so.
Right.
So, I don't know how to mint shit, so I'm going to get wrecked from it.
Hey, Bob, is DC playing the Peppy-copter music right now? Is that what he's doing?
Peppy-copter.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's hilarious.
I had a whole Bitcoin in both Celsius and BlockFi, and I took him out to sack for PulseChain. How do I manage to avoid getting wrecked 100% of the time? Well, first of all, you were smart enough to trade or sacrifice your Bitcoin in the first place. So.
I can't believe that Briz.
Bag of that shit.
Hold on, it's time for me to talk some crap about Briz because it's been a while. But I can't believe Briz of all people had money tied up in Celsius. Lucky for you, Richard Hard came to save the day. I hope you learned your lesson, sir.
It's called diversification, he says. Oh.
Just busting your chops, buddy.
As
always. Yeah, as always. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Here to
Ladies and
defend
gentlemen,
himself.
the GOAT himself.
Yes, I knew I was gonna accomplish the mission. I win.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hold on, I can't hear you. 1 second.
Oh, all right. I was trying to goad him to come on screen too.
Is that
there
your
you go.
seed tray? Is that where you pick out the seeds out of your smoke right there behind you on your left?
No, that's just rice. That's
it's rice bowl. Okay.
One of those was moving. I saw it
The
moving.
weeds on the couch over there.
Oh, gotcha.
It's right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Top shelf, baby.
I thought that was some Mexi brick stuff or something like that. You had to pull all the seeds out of it or something.
You know, it looks like it. It's kind of disgusting.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just farting
Count your
around.
bitcoins.
Counting all my bitcoins. I don't know why.
Bitcoins.
That like.
Are they growing you some kernels over there? Those bitcoins? Got any bit kernels?
Celsius was.
Was it?
Was.
A year ago. A year ago.
I'm sure it was, because it not presently is.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what I was thinking about. Like having I don't know. I just remember I knew Bitcoin's going to $1 million. And eventually when it hit that, I would move it into Hex and start earning that interest. But I wasn't sure if, how high Hex would go. But I did know Bitcoin's going to $1 million. So I was like, you know what? I got to hold on to this
Good
Bitcoin.
job on that one, by the way.
Yeah.
Good call.
That was only 20x though. 20x from 50,000. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at it that way, it didn't make sense. I used to just tell people, and I still tell people at the club, 8 years I held Bitcoin and I didn't have any more Bitcoin than when I started. It would have been nice if they gave me an extra 5 or 10 or 20 Bitcoin.
The dancers at the strip club? Which club are you talking about? I think you need to clarify that first.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think what kind of club would Liberty go to where people would know about Bitcoin?
Yeah. Well, I've been talking about it since 2013, and they thought I was an alien back then. So at least now they
still do.
They grumble. How's Bitcoin doing? That motherfucker, he told me about Bitcoin when it was 3,000. And then it went to 20. And then he told me about it again when it went to 3,000 again. And so, no, these guys, they just cracked me up. And then one guy was like, Lou, you should start your own fund. I mean, you help out so many people. And I was like, that goes against all my rules. Number 1, I don't want to work. Number 2, I don't want to go to jail. Number 3, I don't want to get murdered. It's like my 3 core principles,
Yeah, OPM brings you a slight
to stand on there.
There were a couple Mexican kids selling shaved ice outside of my apartment today, and I ended up giving them some flyers for Pulse and Hex.
Nice. Good job. Hopefully they read up.
It was hard. They didn't speak any English.
Well, hopefully they learned some because they're here now.
Well, I learned
just send them to
Spanish today.
Well, send them to Hispa Hex on Fridays and let them listen to
Word. Yeah,
Should.
we stream at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. So
I have a question. Is the word for flavor Salvador?
yes, sabor.
Yes.
Sabor, right.
Sabor.
Okay, that's what
Close
we need
enough.
to learn.
It was close enough.
Mango ice. Sabor.
Mango. Yeah.
I'm a
Salvador's
favorite.
like a tasty Saturday.
Your side effects. We'll see you later, brother.
That was funny.
Yeah, Wales, when you making done told ya Inu.
I'm working on it right now. Let me click paste.
Get copy paste the Shibu Inu. Yep.
Done. Deployed.
It's out.
Oh.
Airdropped it
Giving
just
it away
now.
to-
Go check your wallets, Hexicans.
Right.
Check your wallets.
Giving it away to all the Hexicans and the Icosa and
Oh
Hedron
my
stakers.
god.
Oh,
That's
free.
so funny.
Yeah, Ross Hex. I'm pretty sure they did hate me. They're like, hey, I can't pay rent with this. Campaign. I need dinero.
Screw you, mister. Your house can get eggs.
I'm like, one day, no trabajo.
Oh man.
I just say La Migra.
Oh, geez, there we go again.
Everybody run.
Oh, I wonder why we get canceled everywhere.
Can't have nothing
Oh
nice.
man.
Can't
That-
have nothing
Can't even
nice.
have a football team.
I'm pretty sure y'all talked about that already, but that was just funny. Oh my god. That was
I told
funny.
him early on in the stream, I said, those of you guys that they tried to pull up your old tweets, stand firm, don't apologize, and let them give us all the free press.
Yeah, that's on them. That's ridiculous. Who the hell goes back and looks at tweets from freaking 5 years ago and then doesn't even comprehend them properly? Like, get out of here.
Hey, can we get our hands on those shirts though? I mean, if they're not going to,
Yeah, I'm
them,
thinking, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy some while they still have. Well, hey,
I don't think they got any on the
actual
store
jerseys,
actually.
Really? Well, those jerseys themselves that they made for the players, those might be for
Yeah,
sale pretty soon.
Yeah, those might go for sale. We'll take those for sure.
I want the most obese, overweight guy's shirt on the team.
00. You want it to be 00?
00. With the hex.com on the front of it.
I thought they were cool.
I mean, I didn't like
the
I didn't like the red
version-
ones. Yeah, I didn't like the red ones.
It just clashed with the red.
It was missing at least an outline. Like if there's an outline,
Oh,
it changes everything. But if
Yeah,
you just
I
have the
agree.
red and the kind of
The
purplish,
pink.
the pink,
It was no bueno.
clashing.
But I still liked it. Kind of made him look like Iron Man in a way, you know?
It
reminded me of Iron Man. They got this big old hexagon on their chest. I was like, that's
They went to
Barnsley
Chico's-
Waterboy.
Chico's
That's
bail
what it is.
bonds.
It's the water boy. Thanks, Blackwing. You rock, brother. You rock, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if it worked out, but whatever.
Whatever.
hey, we got the photo shoot and our money back.
That's right.
Wait,
All I
That's
know
what I'm
is-
saying. And we got more press than we would have even if they were just winning. Out
Yeah,
there winning.
yeah,
Win.
it worked
Probably,
out.
yes. That's
Win.
true.
More eyes. Win.
I mean, they were 2-0 under our sponsorship, so y'all welcome, motherfuckers.
There you have it.
And then they had like
Flawless,
they had, like-
flawless operation.
they had a horrible following. They had a horrible, they had a horrible reputation. They weren't doing well, and now they got more attention than ever.
Yeah, it turns out that's all true. It's crazy when I saw it. I was like, oh damn, these guys really actually suck.
Someone had said, I think I saw it.
Yeah,
it
they
was
suck.
in Wrecked
man.
Plebs. I think it was in Wrecked Plebs because I haven't been on Twitter for the week. I've been gone. I've been traveling, but someone had responded to that the Daily Mail from the UK, the periodical. Someone had responded like, "Wouldn't it be so funny now that they've canceled the sponsorship? They start losing."
Yeah, would be funny. I thought about that right away because
Yeah.
they sure as
Even-
hell were winning.
It would be 10 times better if they lost to a rival team who we sponsored.
Who's their number one rivals? Are they looking for a sponsorship?
Too funny, man. It's crazy. I mean, it was cool while it lasted, but hopefully, whenever something like that happens next time, whoever does it does better due diligence on like the crowd, because
You know what,
that fan base is wild as fuck, yo. A bunch of woke lefty mob, motherfucker. What did you expect? All you had to do was sneeze, and they was gonna kick your ass out of there, man.
But
Yeah,
let's
you can control
recognize the real winners, the food bank. Barnsley Food
Yeah,
Bank.
For real.
100%.
They came out ahead like crazy for sure.
Big up to all of you who donated.
For sure. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that donated.
That's
Freaking
Hexicans being
crypto-
Hexicans, man.
So Vince freaking sent over $369.
A couple people did. I
Nice.
saw Motley did too.
Can we
Right
get like
on.
Taylor? Can we get like Taylor to write up an article or our publicity people to say this? I mean, it's kind of an interesting story, right? It's like
It is.
they put us up, they took us out, and they kept the food bank, and they
Yep.
Yeah, they sure did. But it's all good. That's what it was meant for anyway.
Yep, the Hex Foodies donated. Thanks, Hex Futures, for pointing that out. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, all manner of people donated. They did over 4,000 pounds in that one day. Who knows how much they've actually done? So
as long as that team's not eating the food.
Correct. Yeah, as long as they're not eating it, we're good. Yeah.
We can't do any better, right?
No, we cannot.
We can't do better.
I mean, think about it.
What else can we do right?
We sponsored, did nothing, got kicked off, fed the freaking whole squad for who knows how long, and we're still winning. So it doesn't even matter.
What is the irony here? I don't know what they said to be the most racist club in the region, but that is funny. They canceled us over offensive speech, and they turned out to be the most racist club in the region.
Yeah,
I don't know, but they out of control. That's for sure.
Maybe that's part of it. That because of their extreme racism, they're like, look, we just cannot have any of this stuff. It's been so bad.
Or they're like, you guys aren't
it's like,
racist
no.
No more of this.
Too extreme.
It's like, damn, more of us. What?
Yeah, we can't have this.
I'm with Roscoe, man. It's a WTF moment for the history, but it is a long-term win. And look at all the. We would have never got this kind of this level of press from things just going smooth and them just winning.
Correct.
All we got to do is stand behind Hex, and we're gonna just keep winning.
Yep, too easy.
We can do no wrong.
Our job is easy. Our job is easy. Everybody else they're the ones that got to figure it out.
And that's why you got them on.
That's a good one.
We're gonna hold you to that. We're gonna hold you to that.
Yes.
I want my $2.
That's right. We can pay some. We can pay some of the
pay some back bills.
That's exactly right.
Some back bills.
Well, if we're all residents of a Hexican nation, you know, we call ourselves Hexicans, and someone, you know, says something racist to us, to our nation, is that a hate crime?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Everybody else got hate crimes. Why not us too?
Why not us? If they're we can make it from now on. Anyone that attacks a Hexican, that's a racist hate crime.
That's a hate crime, bro. We're gonna have to put you in Hexico jail.
We have our own.
Does anyone remember this? Does anyone remember the Microsoft Zune? The
oh my
to the
god!
iPad, the
yeah,
back in the day.
Oh yeah, I actually have one. It was horrible.
That is horrible, man.
That was
great,
horrible.
Ross. Give them their old name back. The Microsoft
Zune
Football Club.
Jeez. Oof. Beast mode. Yeah, that's wild disrespect.
Yeah. They're Hexus bigots.
I thought the Zune was cool.
Nah, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I was just more or less anti-Apple stuff. I was like, you know what?
Yeah. I kind of always was too, but whatever. They won, bro. Get over it.
Still salty about that.
Yeah, I had to acquiesce at some point as well.
I didn't. I got my MP3 player right here.
He said MP2.
MP2. That was written on.
I mean, that got like
macaroni and glue, right?
Yo, that got like half a song on it, and he can't even press rewind.
Got half a song.
Oh man,
it won't even replay. You gotta push the button every time.
Yeah, but gotta wait for that thing to end and it'll repeat. That's all you get.
It won't loop. You gotta push the button again.
Oh man,
Bitcoin tech.
Oh my god, that is
Ross
too
wants
funny.
to, Briz, do you know what Circuit City's return policy is these days?
It's not good.
Right up there with Celsius, right?
Pretty much. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's so foul. That's funny.
Yeah,
Hey,
Circuit
guys.
City and Celsius took your shit.
Because the captain said such nice things about me earlier. I also want to say RG3 is looking a lot less fat these days. I mean, no, seriously, I saw him the other day. He's looking not so pudgy.
Not so pudgy.
I was a fat tub of goo, man. I was a tub of goo.
And
Yep.
too bad you're Too bad your parts in the movie couldn't have been filmed after you got yourself all ripped and jacked. Right?
I know. Now I look all the video. Oh yeah, that was in the bad days.
At least now you've got a before and after.
You looked formidable though. It was good. You know, we could walk down the street and no one's gonna mess with us. You know, now you might look like a victim.
Well, you're not going to be recognizable.
You just look like a...
I didn't even
Well,
hear
that's kind of what I want is unrecognizable. You know, take my bandana off, walk down the street. People are like, nobody knows who that guy.
Yeah, once you take the bandana off, it's game over, bro.
Yeah, and nobody knows who I am.
No.
All right. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun. And we've been at this for a couple of hours, so we're going to say goodnight. See you guys all on Monday. Thanks for coming, Patrice, and the rest. Look at this OG crew, man. This is warming my heart right now. Basology, Wells, Liberty. Look at that.
Can't stop now.
Yeah. Well, good night.
Someone's out there.
Everyone left.